Hi, everybody. So it's raining in Florida, and I have decided that we're not going to be dry in January. I broke the dry spell after I was forgiven of my channel strikes. So I am down to 0 channel strikes. And Tim may now have more opportunity to come after me as I react to his amazing content or non-tent, as we like to call it around here, because Tim is having a pretty gloomy day, and so gloomy that he's actually only put out 1 video. And this one so far has had less than 2,500 views. And so that's pretty low. So I don't know if Tim is being affected by the rain, where he's gone, what's up. We don't know. I know he'll be back and he'll be pumping out constant videos documenting every mundane aspect of his life that he cares to share with his followers and that he cares to bore anybody who dares to come across his content. But this particular video, Tim is calling out the Karens in his comment section. Oh, yes. Yes, he is. But let me get out my fair use, because we know that Tim loves to copy strike me. So we got to make sure that he understands that this content is fair use. It is being used to have criticism. I'm transforming the content. I'm adding my commentary. This is a very common thing that happens on YouTube, Tim. And I'm so sorry that I have chosen to make commentary around you, because I find you to be a fascinating character, and maybe not in the ways that you would like me to. But I understand that you purchased a new Pew Pew, and that means that some of the members of your audience, it seems maybe women, which we know you have a great disdain for most, if not all the time, because the only channels that you tend to strike are those that you think are women or those you perceive to have sexualities that you don't agree with in public. And that's alleged, in my opinion, potentially. But let's just get into Tim, because it's a rainy day. I know people just want to see Tim. They don't really want to hear my commentary. So let me make me small. Let's get Tim big. And, it's another rainy day in Sarasota, Florida. And Tim wants rain, rain, go away. So he's either dry begging for some sympathy. It's been a long day. Sympathy dollars, or he's just, he's not really got hobbies. And so he's not really got friends. He's obviously not a reader. A lot of people, I would, rainy days, that's great days to sit in. And for me, I always have housework to do, but I would think I'd love to sit and read all the books that I need to read for school. I have to read for school, which actually is a pleasure for me. But anyway, I put 10 to 1.25. Take it away, Tim.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. How you 111,614 beautiful souls doing? I have my emergency brake on. Is there one coming here? Which way are they going? I'm just leaving.
Tim just says that now to bait us all. I am now going to be of the school of thought that Tim only says this irritating number of souls because he's irritating the hater channels. That's what he's doing. Keep it going, Tim.
LA Fitness. Let's pull over here and chat a minute. When will it end? Is tomorrow the last day? It's not going to be the last day of children.
I mean, I know it's kind of trendy at the moment to do this very loose personal YouTube content where the person is pretty much just talking from their vehicle. I get it. But Tim puts out 10 videos a day like that with the McDonald's drive-through and expecting a wave if he pays it forward. Oh, it's, and people are questioning you, Tim, in your comment section. as to why we're not getting videos inside the RV anymore. People are wondering if you've got somebody hiding in the RV, or, you know, what's going on inside the RV, because it seems like you're not filming inside as much. I don't watch your content that much. We know that.
Chilly temperatures, but I think it's going to be the last day of this. Look, gloomy ass rain. Right now, it's like a mister out there. It's the worst. It's the wettest, chilliest, to the bone, nasty weather you ever seen in your life for Florida. I know there's worse. I'm sorry to complain, but hey, 1 or 2 days, that's enough. It's been a week. I can't take it. It's cold, it's raining, and I'm done.
And it's called winter. What do you want me to say, Tim? Tim, I know that Florida, most winters, it's warm, which is why most older Americans retire there, because it's better for the health to have warmer weather. It's more comfortable until it gets too warm. Then they want out of Florida.
All done. So tomorrow, they promise to have sun, but chilly temperatures. But guess what's coming, baby? Beach buggies coming out, beach chairs. I'm going to be on the sand. It's going to be almost 80 degrees at Lido Beach, Siesta Key Beach in the next few days. Later this first of next week, starting Sunday. It'll warm up a little bit. I can't wait. I'm also very excited about the endorsement from the community about keeping the CC Rider. That's right. That's her name. Remember the CC Rider? Remember how we bought it to save money on gas and to enjoy it?
How is it a we? How is it a we? I mean, I guess in some ways it is a we that they bought it, because potentially the AdSense or their Buy Me a Coffees or their taxpayer dollars through potentially illegally gained EIDL and PPP loan monies paid for CC Rider. I think it's funny because you had the call for 6 months. It appeared every once in a blue moon. Not as much as the Crusher, the Super Crusher. But I do note that now that you've had to potentially, actually purchase this vehicle, I don't think, and this is just my opinion, and everyone's got an opinion, just like everyone has what I'm talking about. He had, I think, not paid the car off, which when we looked and saw the lien, I really think there was a lien, because I think that he, in reality, was just making payments on the vehicle. And he had an intention to sell the vehicle and get rid of it. It would be all swept under, and then it became a big thing. And I think he was hoping that and he could just keep the money. And now he's realized he had to pay for the car. I guess maybe to save face. Who knows? I have no idea with Tim. I don't think he paid it a week after. That's my thought. I think he paid it the time when he was called out for it, because he disappeared and seemed to be doing lots of different things and was not making as many videos, which makes me think that he was attending to actual financial business and not that he just let it go. I mean, that's pretty lapse-minded to just think, oh, I sent $40,000 to this company and I've not actually followed up to ensure they received their money. I think there's very few people that I know who would be, if anybody, would be so casual about that sum of money and not knowing and not receiving anything to say that that was finished and paid for. That's why I tend to sort of lean into the idea that maybe he was not being fully honest about that. And now he's got to try to sell this car because it's appearing more in his content. Anyway, let me not talk more about that. But it's something, it's the whole situation. And as I say, I'm studying psychiatry and I have not very long. My clinicals are very soon. And then I've graduated as a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. And I understand that people are tired of me talking about my professional experience, but they're all new people to my channel who then don't understand why I'm making commentary around individuals' mental health when they don't understand that obviously I am a registered nurse. I know that's the licensure that people think, but I took my BSN, my Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I spent a fair amount of actually that time in my final 2 years of my nursing degree studying psychiatric health, and have had a lot of experience throughout my career as an RN. And that's what also has led me into wanting to obviously go into the field of psychiatric mental health nurse practice. I do not treat or diagnose temp. All right, let me just clarify. Let's go. It's getting too long.
Be able to tool around town with ease and comfort and style. Well, that's it. I raise the price so high on my ads, it'll never sell. But I paid for the ads, so I'm gonna let them run. And if somebody wants to get it for that price, and it's not too much, it's still less than a new one, they can have it. But I doubt it. So she's mine, all mine, paid for, and I'm proud to have her, part of the community. So the truck will be cleaned, emptied out, everything put back in here, reset the computer, all the.
Are you resetting your urinal back in the CC Rider? Now that it's a side character in your videos, Tim?
Functions that you can change on your car settings. I put everything back to default. I'm going to customize it. My memory seats, all of that will be set up for Sarasota Tim to jump in here. And
so who was it set up for before? Was it set up for Miss Tammy? Or was it never set up? I mean, what was the whole purpose behind the CC Rider then? This is why I almost feel that he's introducing it as content. Just, your audience does not own your vehicle, Tim. It's so strange. It's very strange, Tim. And I feel like you're just trying to prey on people and ingratiate yourself in order to get money from them. And it really doesn't sit well with me. I have that sinking suspicion around Fred and Rafaela at the moment. And I want to know, do they have children? How did you meet them? And, I just find it very disconcerting that somebody with your kind of track, you're just giving me the vibes of that guy, Bernie. Have you ever seen the film Bernie? That was a true story about the gentleman who became friends with the elderly lady and stuff, and he ended up taking her out. Anyway, it's a good film. It's got Jack Black in it. Anyway, it's a true story. All right, keep going. But they may be a little bit too sympathetic to Bernie. Bernie's still around. Check out the story. I can't remember his last name, but he's giving me Bernie vibes.
And just gas and go. 50 miles per gallon. I'm a little exaggerating there, but in the upper 40s. So that's it. One thing I got, plenty of cars. So I want to clean up the camper this weather.
Oh, Tim, I cannot with the laugh. Yeah, you do have plenty of vehicles. So you don't need any of your subs, to send you money, do you? Because you get plenty of AdSense too. That too. You get plenty of all of that. I'm sure that potentially the people sending you money to get your cough medicine or whatever's, I wonder if they have that amount of cash. Maybe they do. Maybe they're much more fortunate and had been in a time where they were able to take, advantage of a better financial climate in the United States than some of the other generations.
Weather in the rain. I want to spruce up the outside. Wouldn't you know it, the very first time I didn't put the fire pit back into my shed, it rained that night and rained all night. And I have to dump it out. All the lava rocks are going to come out, but it hasn't stopped raining for me to do that yet. So I think I got most of the water out. I just wanted to dry pretty good in the shed before I light it in case there's water down in the little thing to fire.
I don't want to stop you too much, Tim. I know you're an avid person of not wanting to watch the news, supposedly. I would suggest that you at least keep abreast of the weather reports.
Comes out, and maybe the heat alone will dry it all out. But that bothered me that I had to let it get in the rain. And all I had to do was put that, I got it, that dome on it.
No, you don't.
That comes.
You don't have anything, Tim. You supposedly had the chest x-ray that came back negative of everything. So the only thing you got is the cough that we have maybe, what do you want? People to buy you a new fire pit? Stop coughing in your hands too. Cough in the crux of your elbow, please. Because you are somebody who touches everything in retail outlets and any type of establishment where you can put your hands on any type of product.
Comes with it. You can put the strap on and carry it. So we will have evening chat when the rain quits, if it ever quits. And morning chat this morning, I just got out. It was nasty. I was laying in bed. I'm not going to go on video until I wash the sleep off and stuff. And then I said, you know what? I've told the community I've been going to the gym or trying to get to the gym. Well, I got here again today. And once again, there wasn't a parking spot. There's not a parking spot at the mall. There's not a parking spot at the gym because nobody can go anywhere else. They're not at the beach. They're not anywhere but the mall and the gym, where they can be around people and spend money or work on their, their bodies. And I had a great workout. I just walked out of there and it was my first time. And
Wait, you just said you couldn't find a parking spot. So how did you just walk out of there and have a great workout? I'm so confused. I thought that's what he said.
Embarrassed to say when the last time I actually went there and lifted up some weights. Today, I did a different routine.
Gosh, calm down.
You know the cable machines, right? You get the free weights and then you get the cable machines. So since it'd been a few days since I worked out, I didn't want to just jump down the bench and throw some 45s on a bar and lift it off and all that. Plus it was busy. And I don't know. I felt like I was kind of a hurry too, where I wanted to kind of get something going. And it takes more time working with the free weights. You have to get the weights, put it on the bar, re-rack them when you're done, is common courtesy and, etiquette. So I just jumped on the machines where you stick a pin in, you adjust your seat, and you do the proper movement. And what I did today was I worked out with very low weight, but not like, light, but not even medium. I went with below medium weight. And here's what I did. I did 25 movements.
This is just the choice content that Tim says is being stolen when we react to it. This gentleman telling us about his, personal fitness person now. Is that the next hat you're gonna wear? Yeah, the weather is getting you grumpy and you're just complaining.
In a set. And naturally the weight was so low that the first 10 were like, boom, 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 not heavy enough. The next 10 were like, not bad. I could probably go up in weight. Then the last 5 were like, oh, okay, I see. So, and then I rest 30 seconds and then I did another 25. Well, now, because when you do a lot of reps.
Well, that means you potentially don't rest after 30 seconds, Tim, because you coughed afterwards. That's a lie. In my opinion, allegedly.
Here's what happens. You pump blood to that muscle group, whether it be your chest, your arms, whatever. And the next one is like easier. You feel stronger, but you also fatigue quicker because now you're on your second set. So I was doing 50 of everything. And I did upper and lower chest.
Well, then,
I did my arms, of course, what all guys like to do.
Everything.
Triceps.
50 reps.
And then I did abs and, all in the machines, nothing on the floor, nothing. I don't ever do legs. My legs are pretty big. Not big, but they're not.
I don't think anybody would recommend ignoring one part of your body. It's probably the part you need to strengthen the most to prevent falls, actually. Don't listen to Tim for any type of health advice. There's a great English guy, HT Physio, I believe is the channel. And he does physio for over 50s and exercises. And he's awesome. Check him out. Not Tim.
Not skinny, and I'm always afraid to work out my legs because if you get on those machines and you strain your thighs or your quads, you're going to know it. You're not going to be able to walk. So I will start working them in. I'll start putting them in the routine on like one set of medium weight and, kind of wake them up a little bit. But I don't ever want to do anything there. I've been down that road. It is no fun. I'm talking like for a week. You are in a fetal position. You can't even get out of bed. I don't want to go there anymore, especially calves. You can tear up those calves so quick. You think you're strong, you're doing it. And then the next day you're like, oh, I feel like I did those calves. And then the next day you can't get out of bed. But anyway, back to working out, watching.
That's because Tim would never actually have a personal trainer work with him. And if he did, he probably want to show off like he could do with that. That's a great pause story for you. He looks evil there, in my opinion. That they would probably stop you because if you're doing like, was that 50 reps? I mean, you just said 50 out of like nowhere. Was that 50 times 3 or 50 altogether? Was that 5 reps of 10? Sounds like you. No, I would not trust you, Tim.
In the diet, it's not strict. I just feel if I work out and I walk a lot and I don't eat like a horse and I don't eat cookies and sugar, I'm going to be just fine. That doesn't mean that I disagree with anybody out there and all that, but just eating pure. Did you hear the deal about eggs? I guess I'm going to have to quit eggs. I heard on the news today that eggs are going to be really in short supply and therefore go up in price. Things are supposed to come back down. What's going on? Well, anyway, that's another story. So
I think there might be bird flu or something wiping out like thousands of these chickens, Tim. Tens, if not hundreds of thousands of these chickens. I think there's some avian flu going around, potentially. Something like that. That's what I think I heard. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's good to educate yourself and not be completely ignorant of the news, but then you just feed yourself on a bunch of conspiracy theory anyway. So, I mean, you just get to be grumpy grandpa at this point, Tim. All right, keep going, grumpy grandpa.
I'm going to make some more videos regarding my new pea shooter, a new firearm I got that I'm extremely excited about. It's really, I'm very, very fortunate that I found and got in the loop about this particular firearm. I think that any of you out there that own them should get it. If you don't own one and you're not afraid of them or you don't hate them, you should look into it. And
this is funny. One, Tim's about to say something about, the ladies now, because he loves the ladies. And then secondly, I got a offer to do a collaboration with Stopbox, which is a gun safe, like for safety that slides under the bed. I heard it's a great product. I had to decline. So it's not really my but they should go. You should reach out to them, Tim. They're looking for 100 influencers to collaborate with. Maybe you could learn how to safely take care of a firearm, since you left one, the pew pew, just hanging out in your side pocket of your vehicle with the car unlocked, so that somebody was actually just able to literally just take it out of your car. And you didn't realize, I think, it was missing until I think maybe the police told you about it. So I hope you've registered that gun already, because you have a habit of just leaving your firearms terribly. So I think a stop box would be very appropriate for you, Tim. Learn how to manage them, handle them correctly.
When I first got into firearms many years ago, I watched a lot of YouTube videos about safety and handling them and all that, as well as taking safety classes.
Not.
In fact, I think it was mandated.
Well, obviously, you skipped the video, Tim, where they said don't leave it in the side pocket of your vehicle and an unlocked car. You missed that YouTube video. Maybe you need to make that video. Well, you did make that video because you confessed to that. You probably scrubbed that one off, but it's still out there, Tim.
To get my concealed weapon permit, it's been many years now that I had to learn all these things about your finger nut and the trigger guard. Everybody, a few Karens came on my channel yesterday. I blocked their ass, talking about my irresponsibility. I was
so what? Now, are they specifically? This is this Christian guy here, and this is the way he's talking about people. If people had legitimate concerns, this is why I find him to be quite an abhorrent character, and why I find it quite puzzling why so many people want to stringently defend this man, because he's a really sort of nasty character, unless they see themselves reflected in Tim and literally like, yeah, I'm kind of like Tim. I like Tim because I'm the a-hole like Tim. Because that's the only, in my professional opinion, because he's really, I've allowed Chris Google Maps and Garth. I don't even know what happened to him. He's around, I think, still. And many of Tim's followers who are unable to spell the word advice, I've allowed them all to comment in my comment section, and I've never scrubbed their comments away unless somebody's saying something that's just so repugnantly nasty that it's just, I wouldn't want anybody to read it. It's just like, it says more about their character than anybody else. But I find it, not that I care. I just like, wow, people, the depths of people's like depravity in thinking that just saying such you know, repugnant. I mean, I just don't, I just ignore it because I realize that it's just nonsense. And they never can spell anyway. It just makes it laughable. But the fact that you are calling people Karens because they had concerns about what you were doing in a video it's just, this is how little respect that you show towards your community, Tim. Talking about the CC rider and your community and this, that, and the other. And then you turn around and have this attitude. And you're supposed to be a good Christian and stuff. Tim, you're an a-hole. Okay? I just don't care. You are. You really are. And what you did to my channel was a-hole too. Keep going at it. Because you know, the battle's on. I have to use much nicer language too, because I'm a professional. But this gentleman is not, in my estimation, in my professional, he doesn't have to meet good character traits. And so those of you who watch and subscribe, so I question your ability to have judgment on people. Because if you think his fake Christianity, and I'm calling it for what it is a hallmark of this person, it's not. Tim is just... You have to understand people who've had substance use disorders. And Tim is somebody who potentially still has substance use disorders because we don't know how much he really tells the truth. And so I think the more he gets into this channel, the more he seems to be actually telling more and more untruths about himself, in my estimation and opinion. So just caution people. I'm being deadly serious. And I'm trying to be funny too, but all right, finish out, Tim. This is getting longer than I want to do. My dog wants to go out. She doesn't like your voice.
Showing, like everybody does on YouTube that does a review on a handgun, the trigger pull, the weight of it, the sound of it, the click, where it breaks.
Did you remember to age restrict your content? I hope so. Because it has to be age restricted. And people don't want to see that on your channel, Tim. That's not what they signed up for. You were supposed to be the affable chap with the bow tie at the Publix trying to convince people to sell their down the river for Social Security at 62. But I'll tell you what, Dr. Ed Weir's got 324,000 people subscribed to his channel. And you have to buy subs on your dying channel of about 66,000. Not even 2,500 people had rained into this garbage, and it had already been out for a couple of hours. If you got a 66,000 subscriber channel and you can't even crank out 2,500 views, and probably half of those are hate, that's terrible, Tim. Nobody's signing up to watch this. Nobody wants this. You know, if you need the therapy because you're not happy, you need to take your therapy into a room and get your therapy, okay? YouTube and your subscribers, they're not your therapist. And I have a feeling that the last couple of days, because you're not a happy camper, you're using kind of the platform as that purpose. And it needs to stop.
That's part of the review. But when I uploaded the video, YouTube selects the thumbnail. That's why so many thumbnails you see on my YouTube channel are me going...
Well, you also can get into the phone, and there's a way to click into it when the video is uploaded, and it gives you an option to choose from 3 different thumbnails. That's a perfect picture for you, Tim. Shoot. Hold on. I'm going to take the picture of this one. Shoot. I need this as a thumbnail. I'm going to change my thumbnail now, Tim. I had a thumbnail made already, but I think this is going to be the picture. This is perfect. Thank you. No, you can choose, actually. You can get in there and it'll give you 3 choices. So you're just too dang lazy because you don't care about your content enough. That's why. That's why you get that thumbnail. But you could have chose from 3 different... YouTube gives you an option to choose from 3 on the phone. Okay? Because I know... How do I know? Because there's times when I just upload like that. So stop acting so ignorant sometimes, Tim. This is the face that suits you then in this purpose. And I'm trying to be a nice person because I do psychiatry. But I feel that you manipulate people. Perfect picture. I'm changing my thumbnail picture. Thank you, Tim.
Because it just picks anyone it wants. Sometimes I try to change it when they look really stupid. So I took a freeze frame of the video and changed it. Not because I was intimidated by anybody, but those people out there, the whole video, you can see my finger right down the side of the firearm as it's supposed to be, as you're trained, as I was trained. Never do I, and it was completely unloaded. We saw it was brand new, unboxing, no magazine in it. Everything was cleared. But, you know, people want to hear what they want to hear, or they just want to, you know, complain. But anyway, I think the video was great. I look forward to making some more of it as soon as I run some ammo through it, and I'll do a video on the breakdown of it. But I have to tell.
Well, I hope those Karens find my channel and subscribe to me. That's all I can say.
Tell you folks, not because I bought it and I'm biased, because I don't want to spend any money if I got already 3 or 4 guns, but I want that gun, and I'm glad, no regrets. I got that gun, and neither will you. Fred held it. Everybody that holds it, everybody on YouTube that grabs it, they say that one thing about the many things they love about it is the ergonomic.
Sorry, I don't mean to talk. He's letting everyone's fingerprints get on it. Ergonomic. Okay. Are you trying to get a sponsorship? Okay. This. All right. Well, you've already. You know what? You obviously want something from this company.
No. I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this dry bacon. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Yeah, he wants more guns. Pew pews.
Feel.
Whatever.
They nailed it. This thing, I don't care what size hand you got, what gender you are. There's only 2, by the way. You will love.
That's headed towards you, Zach. Tim, you just the face of America. This is why the Irish Prime Minister is saying that we're just like lost it over here. And I agree. When you have grumpy grandpa over here going off the deep end.
Of that Bodyguard 2.0. And so I was playing with it last night, my magazines, trying to get.
All right, Tim. Can we not do that hand motion, sir? I'm going to have to go back on that. And where are we at? Because I think we're going to have to. I didn't mean to interrupt you on that hand motion. Let me get you back going. Then we're going to speed you up to 1.5 because you're just rolling on. All right. Let's see the hand motion, Tim, again.
I was playing with it last night, my magazines, trying to get the 10th shell bullet in the magazine.
That hand motion.
That, if there's any kind of a con at all, I've never seen a magazine with a tighter spring than this gun. To get the maximum capacity in it. I haven't.
Yeah. Okay. That hand motion was very inappropriate on YouTube, Tim. That could be almost an act of, you know, I think we could almost tag that as sexual act, just schedule, you know. I
didn't try to put any in my 12 magazine yet, but I did buy on eBay today. I can't wait for it to arrive. A loader. It's a little plastic gizmo that goes on top of the magazine that you press down, and it will allow you to just stick a little bullet in there without having to. My thumb is bruised. And also the safety is quite stiff. It works. It's on both sides of the firearm. The only way I can get this is not necessarily a gun channel, but you know, I do own them, and I'm happy about this one I got, and I endorse people to carry. Get yourself some protection, but don't get anything you're gonna like not carry. Now, if you want to get them to have them for the house, you don't want to put them on your person.
I care about this, Tim. Carry on.
Trigger guard holster there, and put it in your pocket or whatever you want to do, or in your purse if you're a lady. They got these purses with concealed carry pockets in them. But study up on it. You know, do your due.
The Karens, you got this man going crazy over here. I want to keep my channel. Tim,
diligence, find out about it. But this weapon is the one that you're going to want. I don't care who you are or what you say about, you know, 45s, 9mm. You know, stop.
No, I don't.
All right, I'm starving to death already. I'm going to go get some coffee, and I'm going to think about eating. It's 10 to 11 already.
That was a perfect place to stop for you, Tim. You're starving to death already. And you got to go, you know, gosh. Judge Mathis already came out and he's tired of you.
Another day. I guess I'll go walk at the mall, or I hate walking on the treadmill. I was just in there. I could have walked on the treadmill. And I don't necessarily want to go to the mall and walk right now. I think I'll go later. I'm kind of hungry. So I think I'll eat something and satisfy that. And, you know, I'm used to going to the car wash. Everything is out of loop. I'm out of my loop, and I want to go somewhere, and I want to travel. And all my subscribers that live in North Florida are sending me pictures of snow.
Well, all 3, because I think it was after this rant, Tim. I think you're going to be shedding some more.
My sister in South Carolina, they never seen so much snow. I mean, so yeah, kind of crazy weather, huh? But whatever. So let me go and get some food, cook, eat, watch TV, put on some grit, relax, go work out again, walk, do all the things. I know one thing I'm going to do. That's cry.
And I don't know where Tim went because I don't know if he's posted anything now, but that was the one video. He posted only one video today. Who the heck knows what happened? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching my content. If you did like it, hit the like, leave me a comment. If you really feel like it, subscribe. I appreciate it. All right, guys, it was longer than I wanted, but Tim was irritating me today. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.